If you think going gluten-free means giving up on dessert, you are not alone, and it is a frustration I hear all the time. But the truth is, these recipes prove that gluten-free desserts can be just as rich, tender, and satisfying as the classic versions you miss. One trick I love is using a simple pantry swap that gives these treats a surprisingly soft, bakery-style crumb without any complicated steps. Stick around because this roundup is packed with ideas that make dessert feel easy again. Whether you are baking for a family gathering, a holiday party, or just a quiet night when a sweet craving hits, these dishes are designed to bring everyone to the table. Think warm, gooey chocolate, creamy cheesecake, and crispy fruit crumbles that taste like pure comfort. You will see how a few smart ingredient choices can turn a simple dessert into something truly special. So let us jump into this collection of 18 gluten-free desserts that are perfect for any occasion. Let's kick things off with a dessert that feels like pure indulgence but happens to be completely gluten-free. These flourless chocolate lava cakes are perfect for date night, a birthday, or any time you want something that looks fancy without the stress. You start by melting rich dark chocolate with butter, then whisk in eggs, sugar, and a splash of vanilla until it's smooth and glossy. The batter comes together in just one bowl, so cleanup is a breeze, and you pour it into greased ramekins for baking. The magic happens when you pull them out of the oven and the centers are still soft and molten, like a warm chocolate hug. For a dairy-free version, swap the butter for coconut oil or a high-quality vegan butter, and it still turns out perfectly gooey. Everyone who tries these feels like they are getting away with something because they taste so decadent yet are so simple to make. Now, if you want something a little lighter but just as satisfying, the next dessert is going to be your new go-to. Next up, we have a dessert that requires 0 oven time and comes together in under 10 minutes. These no-bake peanut butter cookies are ideal for hot days, busy schedules, or when you need a quick sweet fix without turning on the stove. You simply stir together creamy peanut butter, maple syrup, and a pinch of salt until it forms a thick, sticky dough. Then you fold in certified gluten-free oats and a handful of dark chocolate chips for little bursts of sweetness in every bite. Roll the mixture into small balls, flatten them slightly with a fork, and pop them in the fridge to set for about 20 minutes. If you have a nut allergy, you can easily swap the peanut butter for sunflower seed butter, and they will still hold together beautifully. These cookies have that perfect chewy texture and a rich, nutty flavor that makes them hard to resist. Once you have a batch chilling in the fridge, you might want to check out the next dish that brings a fruity twist to the table. This lemon almond flour cake is the kind of dessert that feels bright and sunny no matter the season. It works wonderfully for brunches, spring gatherings, or as a simple afternoon treat with a cup of tea. You whisk together almond flour, a little sugar, eggs, and fresh lemon juice until the batter is smooth and fragrant. The almond flour gives it a naturally moist crumb, so you do not need any wheat flour at all to get that tender texture. Pour the batter into a lined cake pan, bake until golden, and let it cool before dusting with powdered sugar for a pretty finish. For an extra pop of flavor, you can stir in some fresh blueberries or a teaspoon of poppy seeds before baking. The combination of tangy lemon and nutty almond makes every slice feel light, refreshing, and totally satisfying. After something citrusy, let's move on to a dessert that brings a little chocolate and coconut together in a fun way. We're only partway through this collection of gluten-free desserts, and I'd love to hear from you. Which of these ideas would you try first? Maybe you're looking for a specific swap or a different kind of treat? Drop a comment below and let me know what you're craving. While you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That way you will not miss the rest of the recipes coming up. Your feedback really helps me make videos that match what you need. Okay, let's keep going with more delicious desserts. These coconut macaroons are chewy, golden, and naturally gluten-free, which makes them a crowd pleaser at any gathering. They are perfect for holiday cookie swaps, lunchbox treats, or when you want something sweet that is also dairy-free. You mix shredded, unsweetened coconut with a bit of maple syrup, egg whites, and vanilla extract until everything is well combined. Scoop small mounds onto a baking sheet, shake them into little pyramids with your fingers, and bake until the edges turn a light golden brown. The outside gets slightly crisp while the inside stays soft and chewy, creating a lovely contrast in every bite. If you want to dress them up, you can dip the bottoms in melted dark chocolate and let them set on parchment paper. These macaroons have a way of disappearing fast because they are just sweet enough and have that irresistible coconut texture. Once you have a batch cooling on the counter, the next dessert is going to show you how easy it is to make a creamy, dreamy treat. This chocolate avocado mousse is proof that healthy ingredients can create something incredibly rich and satisfying. It is a fantastic choice for dinner parties, a quick weeknight dessert, or when you want something creamy without any dairy or gluten. You blend ripe avocados with cocoa powder, a little maple syrup, and a splash of vanilla until the mixture is completely smooth and silky. The avocado gives it a luscious, velvety texture that feels just like traditional mousse but with a fraction of the effort. Spoon it into small cups or ramekins and chill for about 30 minutes to let the flavors meld together perfectly. For a fun twist, you can top it with a sprinkle of sea salt, some fresh raspberries, or a dollop of coconut whipped cream. Everyone who tries this is always surprised by how decadent it tastes, and it leaves you feeling good about what you just ate. After something so creamy, let's switch gears to a dessert that is crisp, fruity, and perfect for sharing. This gluten-free apple crisp is the kind of dessert that fills your kitchen with the coziest aromas of cinnamon and baked apples. It is ideal for fall evenings, holiday dinners, or any time you want a warm, comforting treat that is easy to throw together. You toss sliced apples with a little sugar, lemon juice, and cinnamon, then spread them in a baking dish. For the topping, you mix gluten-free oats, almond flour, a bit of coconut oil, and brown sugar until it forms a crumbly, buttery mixture. Sprinkle that topping evenly over the apples and bake until the fruit is bubbling and the top is golden and crisp. If you want to change it up, you can use pears or peaches instead of apples, and it will still turn out delicious. The combination of tender, sweet fruit and crunchy oat topping makes every spoonful feel like a warm hug on a chilly day. As you enjoy that last bite, the next dessert is going to bring a little chocolate and peanut butter magic your way. Now let's talk about a dessert that never goes out of style, gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. These are perfect for any occasion because they're classic, crowd-pleasing, and nobody will guess they're gluten-free. You start by creaming together softened butter and sugar until it's light and fluffy, then add an egg and a splash of vanilla. For the dry mix, use a good quality gluten-free all-purpose flour blend that already has xanthan gum, so you don't have to add anything extra. Fold in plenty of chocolate chips, scoop the dough into small rounds, and bake until the edges are golden and the centers are still slightly soft. If you want a dairy-free version, swap the butter for a vegan butter stick and use dairy-free chocolate chips. They work beautifully. These cookies come out chewy, buttery, and absolutely irresistible, and they stay fresh for days in an airtight container. Next up, we've got a fruity bar that brings a little sunshine to the table. For a dessert that feels bakery fresh but is super simple to whip up, try gluten-free berry crumble bars. They're great for brunches, picnics, or just a cozy afternoon treat when you crave something fruity and sweet. You press a buttery gluten-free oat and almond flour crust into a pan, then layer on a thick, jammy mixture of mixed berries, think raspberries, blueberries, or strawberries. Sprinkle a crumbly topping made from the same crust ingredients with a little extra cinnamon and brown sugar over the berries. Bake until the top is golden and the fruit is bubbling around the edges, then let cool completely before slicing into neat squares. For a lower sugar version, use a sugar-free berry jam mixed with fresh berries and swap the brown sugar for coconut sugar in the crust. These bars have that perfect balance of crunchy, buttery crust and soft, tangy fruit filling that everyone loves. Coming up, we're heading to the tropics with a bright and zesty layered dessert. If you're loving these gluten-free dessert ideas, there's a whole world of support waiting for you. Head over to www.healthybitestribe.com to find even more recipes just like this. You can use the AI recipe generator to create custom dishes based on your allergies or preferences. The meal planner makes it easy to organize your week, and you can save your favorite recipes in one place. Sharing them with friends or family is super simple too. The community chat is full of people who understand the challenges of cooking with dietary restrictions. It's all designed to help you enjoy healthy, delicious food without the stress. Take a look when you get a chance. It's completely free to join. These gluten-free coconut lime bars are like a mini vacation in every bite, tangy, sweet, and totally refreshing. They're ideal for spring gatherings, birthday parties, or anytime you want a dessert that feels light and fresh. Start with a simple shortbread crust made from gluten-free flour, butter, and a pinch of salt. Then press it into a pan and bake until just set. While the crust cools, whisk together fresh lime juice, zest, eggs, sugar, and a touch of shredded coconut for the filling. Pour that over the crust and bake again until the filling is firm and slightly jiggly in the center, then chill thoroughly before slicing. For a dairy-free option, use a plant-based butter in the crust, and the coconut in the filling adds natural richness anyway. The combination of sharp lime and sweet coconut is incredibly Moorish, and the bars keep well in the fridge for days. Next, let's go cozy with a warm and comforting baked good that's perfect for breakfast or dessert. Gluten-free banana bread is the ultimate cozy dessert. It smells amazing while baking and tastes even better. It's perfect for using up overripe bananas and works as a snack, dessert, or even a quick breakfast when you're in a hurry. Mash 3 ripe bananas until smooth, then mix them with melted butter, sugar, an egg, and vanilla. Stir in a blend of gluten-free flour, baking soda, and a generous pinch of cinnamon until just combined, being careful not to overmix. Pour the batter into a lined loaf pan and bake until a toothpick comes out clean, usually around 50 minutes. For a nutty twist, fold in a handful of chopped walnuts or pecans, and for a dairy-free version, use coconut oil instead of butter. This banana bread comes out moist, tender, and full of natural banana sweetness. It's comfort food at its best. From warm and fruity, we'll shift to something silky and elegant next. If you want a dessert that looks fancy but takes almost no effort, gluten-free vanilla panna cotta is your new best friend. It's naturally gluten-free, so it's a perfect choice for dinner parties, date nights, or any occasion where you want to impress without stress. In a saucepan, warm cream, milk, and sugar together until the sugar dissolves, then stir in a split vanilla bean or a good splash of pure vanilla extract. Sprinkle gelatin over a little cold water to bloom, then whisk it into the warm cream mixture until fully dissolved. Pour the liquid into individual ramekins or glasses and chill for at least 4 hours until set and wobbly. For a dairy-free version, replace the cream and milk with full-fat coconut milk and use agar-agar instead of gelatin for a plant-based set. The result is a silky, creamy custard that melts on your tongue and pairs beautifully with fresh berries or a berry compote. For our last middle recipe, we're bringing in warm autumn flavors with a spiced muffin. Gluten-free pumpkin spice muffins are like fall in a cup, warm, spiced, and perfectly moist. They're great for holiday brunches, cozy weekends, or as a portable dessert for potlucks and gatherings. Whisk together canned pumpkin puree, eggs, oil, and brown sugar until smooth, then add a blend of gluten-free flour, baking powder, and pumpkin pie spice. Stir everything just until combined, then spoon the batter into a lined muffin tin and top with a few pepitas or a sprinkle of cinnamon sugar. Bake until the tops spring back when touched, usually about 20 minutes, and let them cool in the pan for a few minutes before transferring. For a chocolate version, fold in some dark chocolate chips, and for a nutty crunch, add chopped pecans to the batter. These muffins are so tender and flavorful that nobody will believe they're gluten-free, and they fill your kitchen with the best aromas. Up next, we'll round out this collection with a showstopper that's perfect for celebrations. Let's talk about a gluten-free chocolate tart that feels fancy but is secretly simple to throw together. This one is perfect for dinner parties or a special treat when you want something that looks impressive without a ton of effort. You start with a crust made from ground nuts and dates, pressed right into the pan and baked until firm. The filling is a rich, silky chocolate mixture that sets up beautifully in the fridge. Once it's chilled, you can top it with a sprinkle of sea salt or some fresh berries for a pop of color. If you need a nut-free version, swap the almond flour in the crust for sunflower seed flour or crushed gluten-free crackers. People love how the crust stays crunchy and the filling stays creamy, making every bite feel indulgent. Next up, we have a light and fluffy cake that brings a bright citrus twist to the table. You know, cooking for special diets can sometimes feel like you're doing it alone, but here at Healthy Bites Tribe, you're part of a warm, supportive community. In this video alone, we've shared 18 gluten-free desserts that anyone can enjoy. If you want to connect with others who get the ups and downs of allergy-friendly baking, come visit us. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new recipe lineup. And be sure to check out www.healthybitestribe.com to join the conversation. You'll find encouragement, tips, and people who genuinely care about your cooking journey. You're never alone in the kitchen. We're all here to help each other. Lemon ricotta cake is one of those gluten-free desserts that surprises everyone with how tender and moist it is. It works great for brunch, a simple afternoon snack, or even a light after-dinner treat. The ricotta adds a wonderful creaminess and helps keep the cake from drying out. You mix it with a bit of lemon zest and juice, then fold in almond flour and a touch of sugar. After baking, a simple dusting of powdered sugar or a drizzle of lemon glaze makes it look beautiful. For a dairy-free option, try using a high-quality dairy-free ricotta or silken tofu blended smooth. This cake feels so fresh and uplifting, especially when lemon season hits and you want something bright. Now let's move to a warm, fruity dessert that tastes like a hug in a bowl. Warm, gluten-free peach cobbler is the kind of dessert that makes any day feel cozier. It's a great choice for summer cookouts or when you have ripe peaches that need using up fast. You toss sliced peaches with a little sugar and cinnamon, then pour them into a baking dish. The topping is a simple gluten-free biscuit dough made with a blend of flours and a little butter or coconut oil. Drop spoonfuls of dough over the fruit and bake until the top is golden and the peaches are bubbling underneath. You can swap the peaches for nectarines, plums, or even frozen peaches when they're out of season. Everyone loves scooping it up warm, maybe with a scoop of vanilla ice cream that's naturally gluten-free. Next up, we have a fun little bite that's perfect for parties or a quick sweet craving. Gluten-free cinnamon sugar donut holes are impossible to resist, and they're baked, not fried, so they come together easily. These are perfect for weekend mornings, holiday brunches, or anytime you want something sweet and bite-sized. You mix a simple batter using gluten-free flour, a little butter, and vanilla, then bake them in a mini donut pan or even a small muffin tin. While they're still warm, you roll them in melted butter and then in a mix of cinnamon and sugar. They come out soft on the inside with a sweet, crunchy coating on the outside. If you need them dairy-free, use a plant-based butter and check that your sugar is vegan-friendly. People can't stop grabbing these because they taste just like the classic version but without any gluten. Next, let's look at a no-bake bar that combines two favorite flavors into one easy dessert. Gluten-free chocolate peanut butter bars are a no-bake treat that satisfies a serious craving in no time. They're great for busy days when you want something homemade but don't want to turn on the oven. You mix peanut butter with a little coconut oil and honey, then stir in gluten-free oats or crushed cereal for texture. Press that layer into a pan, then melt some chocolate and spread it on top. After a short chill in the fridge, you slice them into squares and they're ready to serve. For a nut-free version, swap the peanut butter for sunflower seed butter and use certified gluten-free oats. These bars are rich, satisfying, and always a hit with kids and adults alike. Now for our last dessert, we're going creamy and fruity with a cheesecake that's completely gluten-free. A gluten-free berry cheesecake is the perfect way to finish this list, bringing together a buttery crust and a smooth, tangy filling. This one is ideal for celebrations like birthdays or holidays, and no one will guess it's gluten-free. The crust is made from crushed gluten-free graham crackers or almond flour with a little butter pressed into a spring-form pan. For the filling, you blend cream cheese with sugar, vanilla, and eggs until it's fluffy, then pour it over the crust. Swirl in a berry compote rasp. We just covered 18 easy gluten-free desserts, perfect for any occasion. Whether you need something quick for a party or a cozy treat for yourself, this list has you covered. You can pick and choose the ideas that fit your taste, your schedule, and any dietary needs. I hope you found a few new favorites to try out in your kitchen. If you enjoyed this roundup, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. For even more support, head over to www.healthybitestribe.com. There you can use the AI recipe generator, meal planner, save and share recipes, and join the community chat. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video.